Hi everyone, I'm Airier. We're checking out more things from Epic the Musical. These are going to be alternate takes, and we're going to do it live. The first time I have not made a mistake recording this at all. First up is Epic and the Horse, or Epic Horse and Infant Animatic by Alamar. Checking it out. Oh. Oh, this is a very different style. Yeah. Oh, wow. They're putting a lot more motion in this one. Also, little googly eyes. We see everyone passed out around it from the party. Oh, and they staked the wheel so they wouldn't move. Ooh, that's a nice little detail.
All right, my brother.
The Horse and the Infant. By Jorge Rivera. Art by Alicia Herreras. Oh, no, it's Rivera Herreras. And art by Alicia. Okay. So they're working in the actual title into this. That's so cool.
Listen closely.
Yeah.
Tonight we make the Trojans pay.
Oh, so they're putting an art direction in there so that they can have the two different sides where it's showing it moving down as it goes. Okay.
10 years of war, they killed us slowly. But now we'll be the ones who slay. Think of your wives and your children. Your families wonder where you've been.
Okay, this is so different from the other animatic I saw. It's doing so much more for the scenery and the detail and the looks and the expressions of everyone. Like before, it was very cut down and focusing on more of the movement with all the character animations, but very small detail. And here, it's still small detail here, but most of it's on him. But beyond that, they also show most of the light on him where it's the most detailed. And when he's out of the light, it's more fragmented and almost not even shown at the base. Kind of like these guys are in the background. I really like their animation style.
They're growing old and yet you're still here. Do what I say and you'll see them again. Yes.
Oh, dude.
Old and yet you're still here. Do what I say.
This is so cool. Just like showing the motion, having the lines in there. This is beyond an animatic I've saw before. This is like, it's one step short of an actual full-on animation.
You'll see them again.
I'm fully expecting lip flaps at this point. Nope, not even halfway there. He's already putting the animations in there for the motion there. Dude.
Avenge your father, kill the brothers of Hector. Yes, sir. Find that inner strength now. Use that well of pride. Fight through every pain now. Ask yourself inside.
Oh, I wasn't expecting this pain to hit so fast. I know exactly the line he's about to say, and considering how many times I've heard it in later sections of the other animatics, and I'm just thinking, oh, it hurts so much. Is this what it's like to watch a reaction to this? It's like knowing the pain is about to happen and not realizing why the line that sounds amazing is actually just going to become pain? Yeah, probably actually exactly that. Yeah, that makes sense.
What you live for, what you try for, what you wish for, what you fight for. What do you live for, what do you try for, what do you wish for, what do you fight for? Penelope.
And the way they show it is actually the montage of the 90s style cutouts. And they even chose to have the sun reaching directly for the hallucinatory vision of Odysseus. Oh my god.
I fight for us. I fight for us. What do you live for? Penelope. What do you try?
And they're flat out saying in the beginning of the thing what he's doing everything for and the only thing that matters to him. I mean, admittedly, that's the Odysseus entirely was all about that. And then hearing it here, every decision is to get back to Penelope. What do you live for? What do you fight for? What are the lusts? If everything else comes true, and that's all his decisions are based on.
Telemachus. What do you wish for? I'm on my way. What do you fight for? Attack!
Showing the kid going down. Because it's highlighting more of the brutality that wasn't shown at this point in the other animatics. Taking a wound.
What was that?
Oh, and this is how they show Zeus.
A vision.
Oh, god damn, they put in work on this. Okay, just for this alone, Alimar, you got a subscriber off that. That is so much work. It's like everything else is detailed where it needs to be, highlighting importance. Odysseus had more and the background characters had less. And then you just see him and everything is in multi-shaded layers.
Of what is to come.
God damn.
Cannot be outrun. Can only be dealt with right here.
Oh, that is so cool.
Tell me how.
I don't think you're ready.
He isn't.
A mission to kill someone's son. A foe won't run, unlike anyone you.
And the way they're showing this is actually less dickish than the initial Zeus story, because you're even seeing that they're giving a vision on top of the previous vision of the monster hitting them, or the spear wound, sword wound, whatever, showing them going into the crib and killing the kid. Because in the previous animatic, I saw that isn't what happened. It was a little more, oh, you're killing someone's son. Not you're killing a baby, you're doing it here. So giving Zeus a lot more, oh yeah, I'm letting you know exactly what's about to happen. You got to make the decision. It's interesting how this is such a small difference. Just this aspect here actually humanizes Zeus more because it gives Odysseus a lot more information immediately.
You have faced before.
Say no more. I know that I'm ready.
I don't think you're ready.
And the transition! Taking him immediately to the crib. Oh, and showing a wing motif here too. Neat. This is something I noticed beforehand, but the various animatics and how they portray the music do change the tone significantly. In the initial one I saw for the Horse and the Infant, it was Zeus giving a cryptic warning that he wasn't really sure of, in almost a sick, disturbing way. It's like, I'm telling you exactly what the future is, and you're not going to be ready until it's too late, and you have to do something horrible. Here, it's an actual warning, telling him it's going to be bad, you're not ready. It seems more like an honest-to-God, just pun aside, warning. It's such a different, subtle text. And Odysseus saying, I'm ready. And they're even showing half of his body in shadow because of the entire motif of the monster coming up. Oh, and it's, of course, the part closer to the baby. And here Zeus is floating the baby over to him.
It's just an infant. It's just a boy. What sort of imminent threat does he pose that I cannot avoid?
This is the son of none other than Troy's very own Prince Hector. Know that he will grow from a boy to an avenger, one fumed with rage as you're consumed by age. If you don't end him now, you'll have no one left to save. You can say goodbye to Penelope.
And they're pushing the Penelope button. Ooh. Because Odysseus' big thing is doing everything to get back. Even if it looks like, as far as I got in the animatics and the storyline itself, Jorge is leading that up to something maybe not what he wanted by the end.
Say goodbye to Penelope.
I could raise him as my own, or send him far away to home. Make sure his past is never known. I'm gonna wait for you down on my knees for ya. I'm begging, please. Please don't make me do.
Oh, wait, did he? Yeah, that's the depiction of other people drawing in, I think, Athena with that specific helmet. Huh. And is that Medusa on his chest? Or something else? It's hard to tell.
Please don't make me do this. Don't make me do this.
The blood on your hands is something you won't lose. All you can choose is whose.
Oh, and they went into a chorus for only you can choose as whose. But it also sounds It's the new song version, yeah. So they actually did seem to humanize Zeus a lot on this one, because he almost sounded reproachful, like he's giving the warning. It's like, I'm telling you a horrible truth, but you got to choose. In the previous song version, that line did sound a little different. Or maybe I just misinterpreted it because it sounded and looked so different. And the next line is going to be, I'm just a man, which that refrain doesn't come with any context of pain right now. Oh. I guess they're just moving. Oh, because it's not the same version. Okay. An anonymous mentioned the chorus is not just Zeus. It's labeled Zeus the Gods, which would make sense for the other ones with background. Next up is from Epic the Musical, My Goodbye, and this one is by Merxy. Ooh, I've seen a bunch of theirs. They're always good. Oh, and this is right after he failed with the Cyclops, right? Are these in order? Yeah, My Goodbye, Keep Your Friends Close, and Ruthless. Yeah, we're moving through a bunch of the animations. We're not doing all of them again, obviously. These are just the variations I haven't seen. This is his breakup with the Divine Sugar Mama.
Sentimental at best. That's not a teaching of mine. You've grown soft. Your dead friends can attest. Hey, put your emotions aside.
Because he just died and she's taking the form of him now. Ugh. Also, not just me. I had to turn up the audio on the YouTube side because it got a lot quieter suddenly. Also, I love the way they're drawing her. She is super detailed here.
But I warned you, and you failed the test. So now I'm gone.
And someone pointed out the apple they're pulling up is literally the apple that started the Trojan War. Choosing who gets it. Ooh. An anonymous the Morbius fan. Honestly, that's the part. People talked about him. He came into the chat, talked about that it was like his legacy. I was like, oh, I found out about that line by people talking about him making it. Frankly, it's such a good line. Yeah.
This way, you'll know what your place is. This way, you can't cross the line. This way, when all is over, you'll keep yours and I'll keep mine.
Okay, that is so cool. The bird imagery on her. Like the wings, the teeth, the eyes, the claws. Athena, owl, it's such a thing. But they're doing so much of the humanization, but making it almost look feral here. But also saying he failed the test, and it makes sense, and he can't cross the line anymore. Because it's just everything else that happens is going to change him into someone who is ruthless. Also, the double-layered teeth. Oh, I just noticed that. Oh, that is disturbing.
This way, you won't disappoint me. This way, you won't waste my time. This way, I'll close the door. Consider this is my
Drawing the knife or the sword.
That's just like you. Why should I be surprised?
Okay, I thought just talking back in the initial animation I saw was big. Slicing a god. Like doing damage to their wing, doing all of this in the mind space. Oh, wow. Merxy, you are giving Odysseus a lot of why are you not dead vibes. Wow. I mean, it's a lot more direct to get it back into Mindscape, so sure, why not? It's his verbal spar, and they're showing it in a physical form, but still.
Selfish and prideful and vain, unlike you. Every time someone dies, I'm left to deal with the strain.
Ooh. The furthest song I've seen progressed in Epic the Musical was Thunderbringer. And all I can think of is right at the end where his crew is annihilated. And he just has that moment of relief on the animation I saw. It's like, okay, I'm letting go. And there's no more strain. And this is the difference here. The way he comes to do more what she wants is by not being baggaged down by little things like your entire crew is dead. Admittedly, they earned it. And in the actual Odyssey, they really earned it. If anything, the version I've seen in the song, at least in the animatics depictions, are dumb, but not nearly as horrible. They're actually way more redeemable than the actual Odyssey crew. Oh, I love this image. That is so cool.
If I'll never sleep at night, I'll remind you I saw you as a friend. But now we're done this way. You're out of my head now. This
Showing the
way,
breakdown
you
of
won't
breaking
play
out of her
my
mindscape.
life this way.
Literally cutting
All
out.
is done, you're out of sight and out of mind. This way, you get what you wanted. This way, you can save your time.
And removing the bracers.
This way, you close the door and have your damn goodbye.
You're not looking for a mentor, I'm not looking for a friend. I mistook you for a general, what a waste of effort spent.
At least I know what I'm fighting for while you're fighting to be known.
Ooh. The line about knowing what I'm fighting for. The part is, yeah, he's fighting for Penelope. But he also thought it was everyone else, and the entire story is dragging that away, which is part of the reason it freaks me out, because it seems like the overall course of the song and the entire epic is the big change at the end will probably be dragging Penelope as well. And we're not going to get the happy ending the actual Odyssey did have, which admittedly for a Greek literature, happy endings are still kind of weird.
Since you claim you're so much wiser, why's your life spent all alone? You're alone.
And he literally pointed out the problem he's about to have. Not just the fact that the animalistic features are completely gone, the headband is gone, you just see the more humanistic face. And you could see he's the one crying on her. Because it's as much him being afraid of being alone. Because he's losing her. But also her having actual emotion, and the entire freaking thing is... How come this line feels so much more loaded this time around? I think, oh yeah, he's going to get one back on the god. And now I'm like, oh, this is about him more than her. And seeing the tears falling on her from him. Because everything up until Thunderbringer is him becoming alone. Also, Eureka's, whatever his name is, was his brother-in-law married to his sister. He just, yeah, that's a thing.
One day you'll hear what I'm saying. One day you might understand.
One day I think he'll still be right about being all alone, though, and that's the problem.
One day, but not today. For after all, you're this day you sever your own head. This day you
Pick up the little women.
this day you lost it all. Consider this as my goodbye. Consider this as my goodbye. This is my goodbye. Consider this as my goodbye. This is my goodbye.
And you can even see the damage he did to her wing. Yep, that's pain. And Hurricane in the chat said, the gods of wisdom chose the absolute worst moment to harp on Odysseus right after Politus died. But also the moment where he fucked himself up and everything that happens later in the movie had already happened because he had taunted the Cyclops. Not even the lack of ruthlessness in killing the enemy, taunting the Cyclops. Still the biggest dumb thing Odysseus ever did. Like, if that hadn't happened, most of the story wouldn't have happened. It was literally that one act of pride. Or at least it was pride in the Odyssey because he wanted his name to be known for his deeds, that he got one over on the Cyclops. In this one, it's more that one act of vengeance and making the monster he hurt rather than kill, and he didn't go back to kill when he was out. He gave them the name because he wanted someone to remember it as that one act of remember us, remember them. Still pride, but not nearly as much as the actual Odyssey. It was way more pride in the Odyssey. Still bad, but... And the feather trampled. Yeah, I need to subscribe off that one. That... Damn, Merxy. And next up, we have Keep Your Friends Close. If I'm right, this is where they went to the flying island, and people pointed out the reason I didn't remember it is because it was a floating island in the sea, which I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. As opposed to the floating island in the sky, which is actually really damn cool. I would love to see how they would do that in some kind of stage play.
Great wind god Aeolus, I don't know if you know this.
I wonder how they're going to draw Aeolus in this one.
Home is blocked by an impenetrable storm.
Really cool how they're showing everything moving. Merxy again, yeah.
So we at last can go the distance. Can you cast the perfect winds for us and aid our journey home?
Ooh, actually someone pointed out in the other video reactions I've done to the previous animatics, technically Odysseus was given exactly what he wanted, a perfect wind to get home. Not just that he got within sight of Ithaca, but also the storm blowing them away from Ithaca, because if they had landed, Poseidon would have caught him with his kids and Penelope. You know, a worse outcome. So, just throwing it out there. Yeah. And Lord Hollis said, the Lotus Eater must be so confused because he has the little Winion in his shirt. I mean, I think the Winions were the ones that are coming up later, and this is just one of the more drunk ones, but still.
Ha ha ha, I am the wind, twisting and turning. I give the fire enough to stay burning. Let's play
Spirals
a
on the
game.
cheeks.
That's what I'm serving, and if you win, you will get what you're yearning.
Okay, this is interesting. So this one is, I mean, I know Merxy can do a lot of background work because they did it before, but this one is way more just floaty. The other animatic I've seen was way more scenery based. It's actually a really cool take.
Take a look right here at this bag. It has the winds of the storm all
Oh, I like this drawing
All you
style.
gotta do is not open this bag.
Sounds too easy, what's the catch?
Ha ha ha. Keep your friends close and your
And there's all the little
enemies
Winions, yeah.
Never really know who you can trust. If they wanna get the bag open, you gotta say no, sir. Sometimes killing is a must.
That is absolutely adorable. Oh my God.
'Cause the end always justifies the means. Friends turn to foes in right.
I'm assuming these are a lot of the various actors who just had little Winion versions of them. I think I recognize the guy who played Polites over there. I'm not sure about the rest. A few of them seem to be reused, though, so it could just be fun designs.
Rivalry, so keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Never really know who you can trust. Never really know who you can trust.
Captain, what's happening? What's trapped in that bag? Something dangerous, friends, we mustn't lag.
It's treasure.
What?
Bye-bye.
And that is still one of the most dickish moments forever. Just the Winions going in and saying, it's treasure. Although I thought it was Aeolus, I can't remember the name already, whatever, that was the one who came in this version that said it. Whatever. Doesn't even matter because them just saying that absolutely screwed him over. Also, the faces around there of, oh,
Open the bag! Let's see what you got! No, do not! Everybody listen closely. See how this bag is closed? That's how it's supposed to be. This bag has the storm inside. We cannot let the treasure rumor fly.
oh, wow. I'm sorry, I'm geeking out over the facial detail here. Whoa. Also, there's a random elf in the background. Okay. It's like, this looks like a guy out of an anime. The big glassy eyes. Eurycles or Eurycus? I already forgot his name. God damn it. There has to be a story behind all of these characters. And there's even some shades in the background. Dude.
We'll try.
Keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
Never really know who you can trust.
Now I wanna get the bag open so they can have closure.
Sometimes singing is a must.
Oh. And this is the absolute most dickish thing ever. Because in the other animatic, it didn't show anything about this. Because it's later revealed that he's the one, Eurycus, the voice of the crew, is the one who opened the bag when he apologizes for it. But here it's so heavily shown that they're already fighting about it, which would make the inevitable betrayal way more understandable immediately. Again, this is one of those images where, depending on the animatic, it shows so much different information. And this, him holding it and trying to get it in while the other guy has the hand on it and they're fighting over it. This one frame alone highlights exactly what's going to happen more than the other animatic did. And it, oh, god damn, man.
'Cause the end always justifies the means.
Everything's changed since politics.
And they just stop because they see everyone else looking at them and then moving back to their job. They're showing so many more sides of the crew and the interactions here. Essentially seeing mom and dad fighting over the treasure. God.
Keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
Never really know who you can trust.
Really know who you can trust.
For 9 days I've stayed wide awake, trying to make it home with no storm or tidal wave. I remain unopposed, the bag is still closed, and I'm getting closer to you.
And there's the ghostly
I
outline.
can't wait to make some new memories.
Because
Time for me to be the father I never was. Just
oh, that's a different look for her. I mean, not bad. I mean, I have a fan with a woman with glasses, so noise.
keep your eyes open. Why are my eyes and my heart and my soul so heavy? Just
Because he's dreaming, and this is the keep your eyes open. Oh yeah, it was even telling him the song he had fallen asleep. Oh, I just
keep
noticed
your
that.
eyes open. I keep on trying to embrace you both. Why won't you let me? Just keep your eyes open. So much has changed, but I'm the same. Yes, I'm the same.
Oh God, why? Oh, that line is worse. Oh. Because the entire thing in the Underworld arc is saying you come back and you will make it to her, but it won't be you. So him shouting right now, I'm still the same, I'm still the same. It's the only time it's going to be true because right now he's still him, but then it's just... That hurts so much more the second time. Oh.
Just keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes open.
Wake up. Wake up. Odysseus, they're opening the bag. Wake up!
Oh. That's a change. This is way more dickish. Okay, at this point, ruthlessness would have been way more justified. The animatic I saw prior didn't have him tied to the ship as they robbed him. It was just, hey, we're going to check out to see what's in there. As opposed to, no, we're explicitly betraying him. This one is so much worse.
Keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
Never really know who you can trust. Where's the storm taking us?
I said to keep the bag closed, but you weren't compliant. If I had to guess, you're headed to the land of the giants.
Oh,
Help me close the
God damn, that is horrible.
We can save whatever wind is left to use another day. Come on.
And they have a bird prowl for his ship. He's Athena. Of course it is. Oh. This one is so much more disturbing. And even that moment where it looks like he's knocked overboard and he looks up and there's a realization and horror. I swear to God, I'm actually glad I didn't see this one initially because it paints things in very different lights. If there's any proof that the song itself has so much room, and then there's this, the initial ones I saw, let's go, for this was Keep Your Friends Close. Where was that? Where's my storm? Luck Runs Out, Keep Your Friends Close. Yeah, from Gigi. They were great, but they left a lot to interpretation of what the audience at the time would understand based on probably what would be on the stage play level or just audio. Here, though, they're adding so many little touches, like Odysseus being tied to the ship as they're betraying him. And it is a betrayal. Or showing Eurystheus, I can never remember how to say his name, whatever, actively fighting with Odysseus over the bag and holding it possessively. They're adding so much visual component to it to show exactly what's going on and to make it much more explicit. Or even right here, though, where he's having the moment of, I fucked up. Ah. God damn.
Oh, Odysseus of Ithaca! Do you know who I am?
And in comes Poseidon. Holding... Oh, that's a water hand effect. Oh, I love... Okay, I already subscribed. Good. That is so cool. And for the last video we're going to check out today, we're going to be checking out Ruthlessness, because sure, why not? God damn, man. And this is Mercy. No, this is Anaflamma. Oh, people have told me about this one. Something about how they really go heavy on horses for Poseidon in this version. I'm not really sure what they meant. I know Poseidon had a very big horse aesthetic. I'm not sure what they meant on big here, though. There's a joke in there about being hung like one, but I'm not going to go that far. That'd be weird. Oh! A lot more full-on animation. Yeah, the giant water horse. Okay. That is big horse energy, yeah.
Poseidon. In all my years of living, it isn't.
Oh, that is so cool. So it went the giant dark horse in the water, shadowing over them, glowing eyes, and then resolving into the wave of a man on the prow. Big horse energy.
Years of living, it isn't very often that I get pissed off. I try to chill with the waves, but damn, you crossed the line. I've been so gracious.
Highlighting that it's still a water body. That is... like just where he reaches out and you can see the ripples in it. Oh. Highlighting that it's still not a real person.
And yet you heard the sound of mine. That's right, the Cyclops you made blind is mine. No. I'm left without a choice and without a doubt. Yes, the battle wolves are swimming.
Oh. Okay, there's a massive differentiation on this one. Not just the horse energy, but this one is clearly water. The previous version I saw, Ruthless, was insane. Gigi did a great job, but they went full chthonic god there of just basically Sea Cthulhu. Where this one is very much the ocean itself. It feels like you're fighting against the waves, and it's just the small little ripple on that came up with it.
With the shark now, I gotta make you bleed. I need to see
Seahorse.
you down. But before you go, I need to make you learn how ruthlessness is mercy upon ourselves.
Horses.
Ruthlessness is mercy upon ourselves. You are the worst
kind of good, 'cause you're not even great.
And it dives into the full-size god stepping on them. Holy shit, man. Tipping the ship.
The false righteousness, that's what I hate.
God damn.
'Cause you fight to save lives, but won't kill and don't get the job done.
And that's just calling it out right there. You fight to save lives, you won't kill or get the job done. Which is what led to everyone else dying. Until he decides to stop doing it. And he's still not great at the end. Oh, dear. Wow.
I mean, you totally could have avoided all this had you just killed my son.
I mean, yeah, but also you could have, not given him your name. That also would have helped. I'm going to keep coming back to that, man. Because it is the biggest sin. Again, in classic Odyssey, it was pride that inspired him to do it. Where in this one, it's more bitterness and wanting to cause pain to an enemy that hurt him.
But no, you are far too nice. Mercy has a price. It's the final crack, we're about to break the ice now. You reveal your name, then you let him live. Unlike you, I got no mercy left to give. 'Cause ruthlessness is mercy upon ourselves.
That is so cool. Like, the animation style changed. It's gone down to almost crayon effect. But there's so much movement that you don't need the detail because you kind of have it in already. Just like spinning ship around him for the background blurs. This is insane. Oh, God, I would love to see this. And that's the same thing that this animatic and the one by Gigi have in common. Poseidon is still smiling in these, talking about how ruthless is mercy because it's less of a problem for you. It's the same thing he did with the infant and the boy in the beginning. He was ruthless to save himself pain later. Which is also what happened in Thunderbringer because he was ruthless to the crew to save himself the pain of not seeing his wife. Again, the initial sin is still telling him Cyclops the name. Although I will give Poseidon some credit in hindsight. He did say, "You're not great and you don't get the job done." Specifically by telling me the name. He explicitly didn't get the job done. Meant killing, but it works the other way too.
Son's pain and all his cries. Poseidon, we meant no harm.
Oh, this is different. So in this one, it's being demonstrated as an actual apology, and he's down on his knees. Where in the one previously with Gigi, when this came up, Odysseus was swaggering and making it much more clear he's apologizing because I don't want me to die. And there's just this humility here that makes it feel way more believable. Although people did mention that there's a morality thing that may or may not be applied here. I'm saying may or may not because traditional morality for this time period, according to the people who've commented, was you don't apologize because it's empty words. The problem is still done. The hurt is over. It's been done. You can't apologize with words alone. But then there's also current morality where humility is an important thing. And I think Jorge's probably working with the first one, but he could also be referencing the second one for all I know. It's complicated when you have older morality being portrayed in newer morality systems. I'm not even going to get into that one. It's probably something you can write a novel on itself.
We only hurt him to disarm him. We took no
And he was looking off to the side when he said that.
pleasure in his pain.
Well, that's a lie.
We only wanted to escape.
The line between naivety and hopefulness is almost invisible. So
Oh, that is such an interesting detail. Hopefulness and it's almost invisible. That's the line, isn't it? From Poseidon's perspective, his eyes disappeared. Oh. Because in Gigi's, I almost thought the lie is what made it, like, the fact that he would do that was there. That's, I don't know why, but just that aspect right here. This right here. His disgust at it. Invisible. And as he's saying invisible, the face disappears.
Naivety and hopefulness is almost invisible, so close.
Oh, they're drawing this so beautifully. They're giving so much info. This is... And Harkin, you want to point out that he never called Odysseus a liar. He called him naive. That's the thing. In this version, it does sound like he's naive and he's teaching him a lesson. A horrible lesson. But in Gigi's, it felt more like Poseidon was calling him a liar. And it definitely felt like it was being portrayed that way. And Shadius, you said, this is basically, did you hear nothing I said so far? Yes, and honestly, I think that's the best part. Even though I'm taking both animatics in completely different ways, I think that line you just mentioned, did you hear nothing I said, is perfectly accurate. In this one, it's that he's apologizing and not being ruthless. He's not, just like this naivety of thinking that words would bring any kind of solace and not actually doing something is disappointing Poseidon to make him act. Where in Gigi's version, it felt like the fact that he was lying and blatantly ignoring everything Poseidon said pissed him off to the point where he had to act. It's the same exact music, but the way it's being presented has such different feels to the point where this version of Poseidon almost seems like he's going to start doing horrible things to Odysseus to teach him a lesson. Not in the sense of what Gigi did, where it's like, I'm going to teach you a lesson. This is, I'm going to teach you a lesson because, oh dear God, you actually don't get it. Oh, wow. It's the same song, but the vibe is so massively different.
Invisible, so close your heart. The world is dark and ruthlessness is die.
Oh, God damn. He went full berserk horse. Also, if that's not a direct call out to berserk, I don't know what is, man.
Die.
Actually, I'm just going to show you exactly what I mean quickly because I can do that. 1 second. I misspelled horse. That is house. Why did I? Yeah. Just gonna throw it out there. That is definitely... Yeah. I'm not the only one seeing this, right? Yeah. Oh, you can hear them going capped in the background as they're crashing. Oh, what were they? Oh, it's the people being drowned in here, yeah. And I think that's, I can't even tell the face. They're all just down there. And oh, that's the teeth over there. And they're being pulled up and it's all moving so fast. And oh, I think the crazy part is still this moment right here where you can see that he's actually, I think this version of Poseidon is actually way more empathetic, oddly enough, because he's building up to it. And just that moment of stalling himself or building himself up for it.
What have you done? When does a ripple become a tidal wave? 43 left under your command. When does a man become...
And all you have is the dark water with the eyes behind him giving him the warning. Or not even the warning, the toll. the words that he said to the Cyclops, and admittedly still ironic as fuck. And I stand by what I said when I first heard this line. Your darkest moment yet. The thing is, while I believe that is accurately true, I would like to change one thing. I don't believe those darkest moments that will come next are going to hit Odysseus nearly as hard, because even though they might be darker objectively, he's not going to be the same person.
The monster that always draws near. Any last words?
All I gotta do is open this bag.
What?
I'm sorry, that is still such a good line. It's the perfect wind.
Remember me.
And of course, Poseidon, the sea god, losing track of him because of the wind. Not like he's been clearly shown in this animation to be the freaking sea itself. Giving him the line. Oh, that's what he looks like with color? Damn. I think this is... Gigi's probably fits the tone of the original more, where this one, it shifts just enough to see Poseidon as someone who is ruthless because they have to be, but it seems like they're making a lot more distinct choice to do it because of that, as opposed to the original where it felt way more vindictive. This one felt almost regretful, and it's at the same time way creepier in some ways. Oh. God damn. And this is where we're going to cut this one. I will come back and finish the rest of these probably in 2 more videos to break them up into the various parts, unless Saddlebag adds more into the other aspects that I haven't seen, because apparently there's a lot of people animating their own takes on this. And if there's one thing here, it's that this is adding so many details, because the music might be the same, but everyone's individual takes on it feel very different. For example, Ice Magician GS mentioned regretful. I don't so much think he's regretful what he's doing to what Poseidon's doing, but just that moment where he just calms himself down before going full monster. I think it was more regretful that he had to, as opposed to the GG version where it was just, I'm doing this because you lied so blatantly while trying to apologize, or even having the gall to apologize in the first place because you're not listening. It's just the way it's depicting it is so different in the animation styles and the facial features, and then how he goes from looking almost like this is something I have to do to this is something I have to do and I'm going to do it. It's just so well done in the various changes, and it has so much different context. I love this because it has the same base, but just hits different. It is both more human and less human at the same time, where Gigi's version of Ruthless was very much a monster and ruthless is for it. This is a monster who's ruthless because they have to, and I love either interpretation, and it's so cool. Basically what I'm saying is, if you haven't already, there's a link below to the Saddlebag playlist. Hit it up, and I'll see you guys in the next one, because I'm actually really looking forward to it. Not like I'm trying to repress any other videos we looked at that had lines that are hitting differently, like Odysseus running towards his family and saying, I'm still myself, and that's definitely not going to ever come up to cause me immense pain in the future. Yeah. That never will happen. Either way, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Adios.